Hello everyone. Welcome to this lesson which is going to address your biggest problem with rejection and how to solve it. And just so you know, your biggest problem with rejection is not being rejected. In fact, your biggest problem with rejected is just how rejection affects you. The way you feel when you experience rejection, like if you experience pain or anger or sadness, or if you're afraid of being rejected in the future, this is what is causing a problem for you. This is what is having a negative effect on your life, not the rejection itself. To understand this, imagine if every time you were rejected, you didn't feel pain, sadness, hurt, or anger. You didn't feel bad at all. Instead, you felt great and fine. And similarly, by feeling fine, you didn't really dwell on rejection. If it happened, so what? You moved on from it fast. And as a result of this, you never even really thought about rejection. It didn't cross your mind. You weren't worried or anxious about it at all because you knew, look, if it happens, it happens. I'll just deal with it and move on. So with all of this kind of a reaction to rejection wouldn't be a problem for you in the slightest. It's not that rejection wouldn't happen anymore. It's just that if it did happen, it just wouldn't be an issue and you weren't concerned about it. Okay. Now brings us to what is going to be your biggest real problem with rejection, which is the sense that you can't help how you feel. Because you might completely agree with me and say, hey, yes, Dave, I know. If I didn't feel pain or hurt or sadness whenever I felt rejected, if I wasn't concerned about it, you're right. Rejection would not be a problem for me. But guess what? I feel like I just can't help how I feel. This is just how I react when I get rejected, and this is just how I am in social situations, just worrying about rejection. I just can't really do anything about it to help how awful or angry I feel whenever I experience it. And I'm helpless to do anything to stop worrying about it. This is where all the stress and mental torment is coming from. So this right now, the big insight here is that yes, you are hitting the nail on the head. This is what makes rejection such a big problem and so stressful to people, is because not only is the common reaction that you feel bad and you feel hurt and angry and afraid and all this, but you also feel helpless to do anything about it. So with rejection, there's this idea that there's going to be guaranteed pain and that you are helpless to do anything about that. And this is what makes rejection so scary and terrifying for most people. The good news for you is that this course is going to completely solve your problem with rejection. To be clear, it's not about you take this course and you will never get rejected again. You're only going to get accepted. It's not about that. Instead, it's about from now on, when you're rejected, you won't have this negative reaction to rejection. You're not worried about it. So that's why it's not a problem for you. In this course, you're going to learn step by step how to do this so that you change the way you feel about rejection, so that if and when rejection occurs, instead of feeling pain, anger, sadness, hurt, fear, all those common regular reactions to rejection, instead of feeling that way, you'll feel more calm and relaxed and fine. So you're going to be happier, more confident, and more successful in every way, just because rejection will no longer be an issue or a problem for you. It's not something you're going to be worried about or fixated about in social situations. When you think on past times that you've been rejected in your life, instead of feeling this sharp pain or anger, you'll feel calm and relaxed. Whenever rejection occurs, instead of dwelling on it for days, you can move on from it really fast, within minutes. So in all these ways, this course is going to completely solve your problem with rejection so that you feel fine and comfortable whenever you're rejected. And so you're not worried about it anymore and you don't even think about rejection. So look forward to all this happening, and I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson of the course.